with opening that box up. And go ahead and just pull the bike out. Pull front wheel out first. And then the rest of the bike will come out. And then grab your booklet out as well. It'll be a booklet or box. Next up, carefully remove all of the packaging. Included in your box, you're going to find an owner's manual with some on-end parts, and then also a torque wrench and a shock pump. For this next step, we're going to take off the faceplate of your stem. Go ahead and find a nice safe spot to lean the bike up. Go ahead and grab your torque wrench, and there should be a few different bits in there. I'm going to need a 4mm for this one, so I'm going to put my 4mm bit into my torque wrench and start unthreading the bolts for the faceplate. Alrighty, we're going to grab the bars and we're going to put them in the faceplate, making sure to not twist any of the cable housing and also to orientate the shifter on the right and the dropper remote on the left. This faceplate is marked with a bottom, so we're going to make sure that orientates to the bottom of the stem. And then also you have a no gap on the top and a gap on the bottom of this one. So go ahead and start threading in each of those bolts. Go ahead and make sure that the bars are straight in the stem, and then we're going to tighten down these bolts to 8 Newton meters is the recommended torque. Your stem should have the recommended torque stamped on it. This faceplate, as we said before, you're going to want to tighten the top bolts down so there is no gap, and then you're going to tighten your lower ones down to your torque point. Making sure there's no gap at the top, tighten each of those bolts to 8 Newton meters. And you will see on your torque wrench as that lines up right with the 8. Next, you're going to want to pull out your through axle here, and also the pad spacer in the front brake. Make sure to not pull the front brake once the pad spacer is out. Next, you're going to want to grab the front wheel out of the cardboard sleeve. You're going to want to pull off the cover on the rotor, making sure to not touch the rotor. And then you're going to align that rotor on the left side of the bike with the brake caliper. Go ahead and grab your torque wrench and through axle and slide it through the fork and front hub and torque down to 9 Newton meters. This one is. Just see on the end of the through axle, it will show a recommendation. Next, you're going to want to check the air pressure settings in your shock and your fork. Go ahead and unthread the air valve cap on the rear shock, and you're going to want to connect your shock pump on that is included in the box. As you add air into your suspension, about every 20 to 50 psi, you're going to want to cycle the shock. This is going to equalize the air pressure between the positive and negative chambers. If you go onto the website, there is suspension calculators under the bike manufacturers, and you'll put in your weight and your height, and it'll actually calculate all of your air and settings, which is a good baseline setting. Repeat the same process for the fork, getting the pressure to the recommended setting. Once your air pressure is set on both front and rear, you're going to want to get your rebound and compression settings set to the recommended settings as well. Once you get your pedals on, your bike is ready to ride.